Okay, ready. While I was going live, I heard some, maybe it's your place, Michael, where there was a lot of banging in the background. So if you don't speak like Michael and Wiseman, can you mute your microphones for the time that you are not speaking? A warm good morning to all of you who have joined us. I was expecting many more people to take a part in this opportunity to hear Michael's perspective on passive income. So please, I will speak first and I will tell you a little bit about passive income. I'm a banker by profession. My name is Johanna Cloete, and I have been in banking for more than 24 years. I was in different type of banking. I was in commercial banking. I was in development finance, and I was in investment banking. So nobody can ever tell me anything about anything around the bank. Sorry, Merero, I'm killing your video because it's not proper. You will have to try and make it proper before I allow you back. So when I think of passive income, I think of income that I generate when I sleep. Now, how can I generate income while I'm sleeping? That's the reason why Michael is here to talk to us. There are many ways of making money while you are sleeping. How can I trust someone with my money? I've worked very hard for my money, and now suddenly I must trust an investment broker to deal with my money. Now, there used to be a time when I was kind of wealthy. I'm not anymore because I spend all my wealth to help others to grow themselves. A few years back, Michael can tell you which year it was exactly. I'm not sure whether it was 2017 or 2018. I invited him to one of our programs. As you can see in my name, I represent GEN Namibia, Global Entrepreneurship Network Namibia. And in that organization, we have several programs. And the program that Michael attended was Global Entrepreneurship Congress in Johannesburg. He said to me, but I don't have money for a flight ticket. I said, scrape everything together and you make it happen to be there. And while we were there, I said to him also, look, I'm there with you, but don't worry about me. We can talk in Namibia. Here you talk to other people. Listen what they have to share with you. Make new acquaintances. Now, this program of ours will be happening again in November this year. Our website, genglobal.org, and then /GEC. You can register now already for GEC. It'll happen in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Because of COVID, we couldn't have it last year, but hopefully we will be able to make it in November. So it is a bit of money that you'll spend to go to Saudi Arabia, but if you make that investment for you now, you will meet, and Tekla will tell you, you will meet people that will inspire you, and not just inspire you, but give you the opportunity to learn from them. They will collaborate with you. And Michael can say whether I'm lying or not, but after that meeting at GEC, he never looked back again to that ugly word, poverty or being poor, because he realized what he was doing is not going to make him the money that he really wants to make. Now, passive income, on the other hand, can be a slow-moving investment. Sorry, guys. With very little interest on top of it. And I remember sometime last year, Michael, you shared a video clip where you explained how the bank uses $100 of yours to make 150 or 180, and then they give you back 105 or $103. And that is what everybody does when they gather a lot of money. If you have heard of the stokvels in South Africa and the micro in Kenya, the micro organizations that do small money, they put their money together, and with that money, it becomes now a big load of money. So that money is then taken and they build a building, they rent it out, and you earn money on your little bit that you contributed to that amount. Now I'm busy setting up a business angel fund. So if you want to be part of that, where you put your little money to help others and also earn from it, you are welcome to connect with me. So that is money that you are not using every day. You are putting it aside. And you start with a small amount and you grow that amount to the point where you can now make really big bucks. And Michael will talk more about that. I am not into what he does, but I know that it can make money for you. I would like to stop here and say that there are several instruments of making passive income. The only thing with the most available passive income, it brings you very little money in. So if you want more money, you must be ready to take risk, big risk. If I, for instance, give my money to a high risk investment, I must be able to also lose some. Just like when you venture into a business, you can't foretell straight out from the beginning that it will be successful. You will have to wait and see whether it will be successful. Now, I want to leave this moment to you to think of what you do every day. Are you satisfied doing that? Or do you want change in your life? Answer that question for yourself. I want to hand this discussion over to Wiseman. And Wiseman, please check in your chat when I will tell you to stop. But you have like 5 minutes in which you can speak. And then we will go over to Tekla and then Michael. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I would like to thank Mama Johanna for coming up with such an important topic to discuss, especially during this time of COVID-19, whereby we are all affected, especially as young entrepreneurs. It's not easy, and it's never easy, but if we stay focused with a lot of determination, I believe we can generate income whereby we don't need to put in more effort. A good example of passive income is, for example, you can become an investor, a silent investor. A silent investor is somebody who doesn't necessarily directly involve in the business. So, for example, by the end of the year, when dividends, the company will declare dividends, you're also going to get something out of it. So it's a very easy way for you just to become a silent investor in certain business, and then that business will make money. The more money the business is making, the more money coming into your pocket. Another good examples of passive income. When you look into, for example, if you become a real estate developer, like what my fellow full-time entrepreneurs Michael Amushirelo doing, or has been doing for the past, I think, a year now, if I'm not mistaken, and is to become a property developers, whereby, for example, you build houses or flats, and then you provide accommodation to different people, and this people in return will pay a certain amount every single month. And you can appoint somebody to look after your property. You don't necessarily to be you, and then the day is money coming into your pocket. You know, as entrepreneurs, we need to find different ways how we can make money in an easy way. Although there's no way you're gonna make money that's so much easier, but there are other ways to make money more easier. You know, I believe that in our generation, it's very difficult only to focus on one source of income. It's gonna be very difficult actually to, you know, to realize your dreams. In fact, that you know, especially in Namibia is we have a small market. So if you only focus on one industry, it's going to be very difficult for you to, you know, to achieve your dreams or your goals. So you need to find ways of making extra income, which could be through passive income, as maybe Johanna was emphasizing on it. So, like myself, I'm busy, you know, developing a commercial property in the north, whereby, for example, I can approach Coca-Cola, Namibia breweries, they can put up their storage facility there, and I don't necessarily need to be involved in that business. I can actually hire somebody, do it for me, and then maybe a brewery, for example, or Coca-Cola's, if they agree to that, then they'll be paying me money. I think, you see, like I'm into car hire. Immediately when the president announced the lockdown, that Vindu is lockdown, so meaning most of the people can no longer be able to hire cars and travel. So it's a negative effect on my business. So I need to find other means how to generate income for my business so that I can, you know, my business cannot close down. You know, one thing I've seen, it's a lot of people who think if, for example, they are working for certain state-owned enterprise or in a government, it's kind of difficult for them to generate extra income from them. It's very easy. For example, if you approach Michael Amushero to say, okay, Michael Amushero, I can see you are into property developers. I can see you want to build houses for the people. Why can I not invest 100,000 in your project? See, now when you invest in Michael Amushero projects, and then when people are going to buy the houses, obviously you're going to get something. So it just, people think that sometimes you need to be there, you need to be physically there, you need to be physically involved in the business, which is not necessarily might be the case. So that is my, in brief, that is my understandings and the importance of looking at it, how we can generate income for ourselves here and there. Thank you very much, Johanna.
Thank you, Wiseman. That was great. Thank you. It was like you were reading my mind. So now we are going to listen to Tekla, who invested in one of the fake scams of the Michael Amushilelos. So Tekla will tell a story from an area where the network is very unstable. So we hope she's good, and over to you, Tekla.
Okay, good morning or afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you,
Tekla. Go ahead.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Tekla Mutero, as Mrs. Johanna, my leader, alluded. I am a member of Gen Namibia for 4 years to 5 now. I am the co-founder and managing director of Nami Bryce Shine Mineral Y Limited, mining industry as an entrepreneur. Recently, I was elected as the president for the first National Miner Association for Namibia and serving on international platform for big diplomacy organization for entrepreneur and development. I would like to share with you my short, brief story about my journey in Gen Namibia. Everything started to work for me when I joined Gen Namibia. Even mining, I was not in mining. I never studied for geology or anything. But when I joined Gen Namibia with its network, I managed to discover that when I am setting a business, I must not set it for money, but look for solution. We set to establish things because we want to achieve a certain solution that we want to bring. That's what brought me in mining industry. Immediately when I came back from Turkey, I joined mining industry, doing everything. Many didn't believe, didn't trust in my business, but because the open-minded that I received during the networking pushed me to do more. And when it comes to passive income, networking, meeting professional with different knowledge and skill, it helps you to connect you to opportunities that boost your business where you can really make money while you are sleeping. Example to my side in mining industry, I was finding it so difficult to operate because mining license and everything took long. But right now, I managed to access to the newest first technology machine that detect diamond gold. This is how I became to discover diamonds in the northern part of Namibia, Kavango, where I'm now holding 100,000 hectares of an EPL from diamond exploration. And it's so surprising that on my land is where Rico Africa for oil is also drilling oil on my land. I didn't expect, which is very, very good. And when it comes to passive income, as my leader, Johanna, said, it requires risk. When we joined Gen Namibia, we were not greedy of ourselves. When you want change, you see money not as an obstacle to achieve what you want. You just start. Everything will fall in place because you are hunger for change. You are hunger to be the person who can produce A and B. And also, it requires patience. It doesn't matter that the day you are joining Gen Namibia or starting your business, things will work good for you or miraculous, but it requires your energy, your drive, so that others will believe in your product. With the little word that I would like to end with, yes, my leader, Johanna, articulate that I was scammed by a fake Michael. It happened to me early this year. In the first 2nd of January, I got an opportunity to Turkey where everything was arranged, my flight, everything. Then it happened that some of my colleagues in the ministry and my network wanted someone to mentor them in financial life because they trust me. Then I say, okay, I know a forex trader who's doing forex, who I know, Michael. Let me send you the number. And the number was sent to me by someone else. Then I shared the number with them. And when I shared the number with them, they invested. And when they invested on their maturity that they agree, they requested, can we use your bank account since it's online banking so that we can get our money quicker? Okay, I gave them all my details. And I was in traveling like 2 days from now, I need to travel. And when I give my bank detail, the money was deducted so badly. It was deducted everything. and I can't able to stop because it's just deducting. Then I went to the bank to cancel the card, and I'm so grateful that Mrs. Johanna, she's not a leader who just talk words, but she's a leader who understands her follower and always assist them in needy time. She assisted me all this process, and I went to South Africa, where I came back due to South Africa transit was banned due to COVID. In the first week of June of January. Then Miss Johanna told me, no, those are fake, Michael. You don't need to believe in them. And this is the number for Michael. I believed her because Michael once helped me when I was stuck in Turkey, Istanbul at the airport. He really helped me. He contributed to the fund of my ticket so I can come back. I believed, but it was so sad that when I wanted to reach him on this time where I needed us to expose this imposter, because it was in my hard time where I could not able to proceed. He didn't come back to me. He didn't say anything, but I believed in him and respect the network that we have as Gen Namibia. And it's so sad that people are taking advantage of his greatness and what he wants to achieve to give example to many. Thank you so much, Mrs. J, and everyone who have this time to listen to me.
Okay, so Tekla, I just want you to add that what did the bank do? Because you told me that the bank intervened and...
Yeah,
Tekla?
actually, when I went to the bank, I told them that my bank account is hijacked, scammed, and I told them what happened. I didn't mention anyone's name because they told me it's commonly happening to some of their clients. Then they gave me a form to go open the case at the police. At the police, when they gave me that form to fill, I didn't proceed because when I wanted to hear from Mr. Michael that there's someone who is claiming to be you before I can use his name, then I couldn't get any response from him. Then I came back to the bank. The bank told me, no, we will assist you. We have investigation team, will get money from this person, whoever scammed you. Then from there, the bank promised me maximum 1 month, and it really happened. Within 2 weeks I received the money. The way it was deducted is how it appeared in my bank account. Yes.
Thank you, Tekla. So sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to ask Michael now to speak about passive income and then also respond to what Tekla had to share with us. And then after that, you will be able to ask questions, okay?
Okay, first of all, thank you for the platform, Gen Namibia. I see you're old now. We need to replace you soon. So...
What did you...
I'm saying we need to replace you soon so that we ensure the continuity of Gen Namibia.
Yeah, this is my last year that I'm working. Don't call me old. You need to call me only old when I'm 80. Before that, you can't call me old. Okay,
all I'm saying is we're becoming wiser now, so we definitely need someone new to take over. I know you for a while you've wanted me to take over, but unfortunately, I've got too much on my plate, and I'll not be able to take over Gen. And I think it deserves someone who's really passionate about entrepreneurs, passionate about helping people at grassroots, passionate about helping people grow, passionate about just people seeing become their greater selves. So we met a while ago, and as they say, everything happens in life for a reason. I remember the trip we undertook in 2017 when we went to Johannesburg for the largest gathering of Gen members across the world. Now, at that meeting, we met several people. I remember at the time, the current president of South Africa, who's now the current, he's the current president. At the time, he was the deputy president, Cyril Ramaphosa. We had the privilege of meeting him. I remember we had sideline talks with him. I remember there was a time we needed to represent our government at certain meetings, which we also did. So it was an eye-opener, and I clearly learned a lot from that. And ever since that, I never looked back, and I started doing things differently because I got exposed to a new way of doing things. I mean, I was amazed. Kids who were younger than me were multi-millionaires or multi-billionaires in their countries. And I'm like, yo, we are light years behind. Here I am, at the time I was almost, 26, 27, but a guy who's 18-year-old is telling me has developed an application. And I'm like, what application? A simple application for just doing simple basic things. But thanks to that application, that guy is now a millionaire or multi-millionaire. So the problem is that we've had over the years, and I would also partly like to blame it on our education system. Now, our education system only trains us to become professionals. We're not trained on how to become entrepreneurs or how to become developers or how to become innovators. We're only trained on how to become professionals. Now, should I become a professional, assuming I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, or whatever profession I should be, I'm gonna earn what is called a normal income. It's not, you can't call it a passive income, but it's just basically a normal income. Now, this normal income usually comes in a form of what we call a salary, and it's paid to you on a monthly basis, or it's paid to you on whatever time is agreed upon. Now, the danger with this type of income is that when you physically are not there, and when you are unable to walk, that income also ceases to die with you. So assuming today something happens to me, I'm a professional, I'm a lawyer. If I cannot go and practice law, if I cannot go represent my clients, it basically means I won't have an income that's gonna be coming in, because the income that I'm currently generating requires me to do the work physically. Now, passive income basically means it's an income, whether you're there, whether you're not there, it's an income that's gonna come in regardless of whether you put in any form of work or you do. In fact, you don't do anything for this passive income. Now, how to best explain a passive income is basically, let's assume your house is about 100 kilometers away from a river. So what you then do is you then start digging a trench, and then you start lining that trench with pipelines all the way until the river. And then you basically connect those pipelines to the river, and then you create the flow of 100 kilometers towards your house. Then in your house, you then put up what is called a tap in order for you to be able to tap into the water whenever you want it, whenever you need it. So in short, that's basically what passive income is. But now, because you're not so sure how long this river is gonna be in existence, you then start looking for other streams of income, more passive incomes. So that basically, so let me put it this way. So for starters, practical example, you start renting out chairs, tables and whatnot. Remember, you don't need to be there physically when you rent out your tables. You can have someone that you're gonna hire them. This person is then gonna basically be the one in charge of renting out your tables and whatnot. So assuming you get a good client, they hire your tables for a month or 2 months, that basically means for the next 2 months, you've got a passive income coming in just from the chairs that you have rented out. That's one form of passive income. Another form of passive income, you could start a small tuck shop at home. And I always like to give practical things. So while you're busy at work, you've got a small mini shop at home where you are either selling chips, you're selling bread, you're selling pet cakes, and then you employ someone that will be in charge of that business for you. So meaning while you go to work or while you go on vacation, that for that phone call was coming in, you're still able to earn a passive income off of that. Now, there's various reasons why it is important that we all learn to build passive incomes. And obviously starting off at small scales and then obviously scaling them up. Now, in the world that we currently live in, no one is guaranteed full-time employment anymore. We have seen what has happened to SME Bank. I wonder what has become of the people who used to work at SME Bank. We have seen what has become of Air Namibia. I wonder what's happening right now with the people who used to work at Air Namibia. And we can continue mentioning parastatals, companies that have closed down in this country. Now we're living in unprecedented times where your employer can no longer guarantee you an income as well, because they also not guaranteed an income. So it now means we as individuals need to start learning how can we develop streams of income for our own that are able to supplement our lifestyles should we lose our employment. Now, the first thing that I always encourage people to do is get a stream of income that's only able to pay for your expenses. Assuming you have a house that you have bought with the bank, a car that you have bought with the bank, get an income or create a passive income that's able to pay for those two things, because those two things are one of the two crucial things that you currently own, because the shelter over where you're living and then the vehicle that's able to give you mobility to move around. So if you can somehow secure a passive income that can take care of those two things, then you're almost halfway sorted. Then you need to generate another passive income that's able to pay for your rates and taxes, it's able to pay for your food, and it's also able to pay for your other expenses that we have, your children's education, your day-to-day living expenses, fuel for your car, and all sorts of things. You then create another passive income for that. Then once you have sorted those two passive incomes, you then create a third passive income, which is then going to basically supplement those two other passive incomes should they also run dry. Because we all need to start being considerate of the fact that today you can start a business where you feel, oh, this business of mine is now booming. Let's say, for example, I went into property and I went into hospitality as an example. Now I've built myself a proper guest house where I was obviously targeting tourists to obviously travel. Now, all of a sudden, this building that I've built, people are not coming in due to the current times that we're living in. So now this building is incurring expenses because it needs maintenance. I most probably took out a loan from wherever I took out a loan to build it. Now I don't have an income. Do you see why then it's important that you build other sources of incomes that are able to supplement the income, the passive income that you already have? Because assuming I now had this hospitality building and I was also into car rental business, now all of a sudden I'm unable to rent out cars because due to lockdown restrictions, people can't travel, foreigners are not coming in. So now I'm sitting with an issue where I've taken out a loan from the bank to buy these vehicles. I've taken out a loan to purchase this building, but now those businesses are not doing well. But had I had a third business that was able to supplement these two businesses in the event that these two businesses are not doing well, then I'll still be relatively safe because my third passive income would then be able to pay my mortgage for the building that I've built for my hospitality and also my mortgage for the vehicles that I've taken out as a loan. So it's very important that we never stop building as many passive streams of income as possible, because at one point or another, your streams of income are either going to become depleted, or you're going to find that that business that you've started is now no longer acceptable due to the conditions, either climatic, either economical, or whatever situation you might find yourself. So in a nutshell, it's very important that as human beings, that we all learn to always diversify. Yes, I can be a professional doctor today, but tomorrow, because I've now become sick, I'm unable to practice. So what then becomes of that income that I use? My current expenses, then I'll be able to mitigate so many factors. So in a nutshell, we are going to encourage anyone and everyone who wants to start businesses to do so. And through the network of Gen, some of us are able to mentor and assist other forms of income.
Excuse me, Michael. Michael, just a moment. There's a lady on the list. Yeah, okay. I see your mic is now closed out. But please don't open your mic. Only indicate, raise your hand if you want to speak, but don't leave your mic open because the background noise is terrible.
Okay. May I continue to speak?
Sorry, please go ahead.
Okay, so basically in a nutshell, we're more than willing to assist anyone who obviously would like to start a business, just the guidance in terms of what they need to do, how they can build other sources and streams of income. We're more than willing to assist. I, for one, I'm more than willing to take out 20, 30 minutes of my time a week just to assist anyone who might have the need to obviously start a business and so forth. Just to quickly touch on the issue of Tekla, it's a bit unfortunate. Unfortunately, they say when you reach a certain level of fame and success, it's a double-edged sword. So what starts to happen is that when you become famous and you are known for a certain lifestyle, some people then tend to use your name and the fame that you have achieved to obviously lure unsuspecting people into obviously investing in scams. Now, I, for one, have been always encouraging people to say that, please, there are so many ways of verifying whether someone is who they say they are. First thing is first, there is one particular reason why I only use one mobile number and I don't have 10 or 20 mobile numbers. It's so that you can quickly verify to say that this number actually does belong to this specific individual. The other form that I always encourage people to do is to say that before you give your money to anyone, try and verify whether you're literally speaking to that specific person. Today, we have the ability where you can actually pick up a phone. You can call me via Zoom. You can call me via WhatsApp. There are so many platforms that you can call me where you can literally look at my face the way you, but you don't look like. So there's so many ways that we could.
Oh, okay. All right. Ik het moest gaan zeggen, moet tot die red niet op die kantoor komen. Nou, en het bel je gisteren laat namiddag is en zei, kan ik hier... Oh.
Michael, just a moment. Someone is terribly naughty on this group. We're trying to get... Okay. And Meroro as well. Mute him as well. Okay. Meroro, read your chat. I said I will allow you to ask your question when Michael is done. Michael is not done yet. The same for Fina. Guys, there's protocols and etiquette online as much as is in a live situation as well. So please wait until I allow you to speak. Okay, Michael, go ahead.
Is it still my? Okay. So as I was saying in my conclusion is to say that never ever share your card details with anyone, not even with the bank, not even with yourself. Always keep that information to you, because that information could literally mean the difference between your bank account being emptied and your bank account staying empty. So with that said, I'd like to thank Gen Namibia for this platform. I sincerely hope that we have more of this platform on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, as opposed to us waiting for a month, because I feel there's so much that we need to learn from one another. There's so much that we need to share. And there's just so much that we can all literally learn from one another. So thank you very much, Gen Namibia, for this platform. And that will be my conclusion.
Michael, I think everybody is just wanting you to share a little bit about why did you go into Forex trading, and now the land investment and housing project. Okay, it seems like I lost him. So thank you for those words of wisdom from your side, Michael. Are you sure? Can you hear me? Is it clear? Okay. Meroro, you are now free to ask your question. And Michael, please remain so that people can ask Michael, Wiseman, and Tekla. Please be available for questions and answers. Okay, over to you, Meroro. You may unmute yourself.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the platform that you've given me a chance to ask a question, Ms. Johanna. My name is actually Meroro Mayuhamo. I'm actually the managing director for Catalambano Investment CC. I have actually one question. I want actually to ask for Michael. Recent few weeks or recent few days, I saw that you are sharing a platform, or I don't know, it's now a broker for Forex or something, whereby people can able to open their accounts with him and trade with him actually. So one of my most question is that some of us, like for me specifically, many people came to me through, like a lot of brokers came to me, they wanted to teach me Forex, but I don't have really the, like the interest of trading on my own. I want someone that can able to trade for me. And my question, which I really want to ask for Mr. Michael, is that are you also open to trade for people, or you are only open people to trade with your account or with your association?
Okay, thank you, Meroro. I see Francina has a hand up. I'll take another 2 questions and then Michael can respond, or any one of the other speakers. Francina, I think you need to unmute yourself if you wish to speak. Sorry to Francina, but you haven't unmuted yourself. You're just speaking. And speak closer to your mic, please.
Miss Johanna, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, my question is it's about Jen. At the beginning, I did not hear about what is the
Okay, that was, don't you want to do me a favor and type that question in the chat, then I can respond. But the only word that I heard was about Jen. And I put our website in the chat so that you can go check it out. But if there's something that I can share with you now, I will do that. I will play a little video clip at the end. Then you can see what we are about. Okay. Any other one person who wish to go next? I don't see any questions in the chat. Guys, it was not easy for these people to take time off their work to be here with you because every moment is valuable to them. Okay, Michael, it seems there's no more questions, so please go ahead and respond to Mayor Roro's question about he saw your advert of asking people to join you to trade on their behalf, and that what he followed up with. Thank you.
Mrs. J, sorry. Hello.
It's fine, speak, Tekla.
Yeah, Miss J, I also have a question to Mr. Mike regarding ways on how to reach him. And you are you have the number that he has that you gave me, that I tried to reach him. And if he can't able to give any sign, how can possible people reach him so that one day able to expose such people? Because not every victim is an aggressive or want to do what. Some, they wish to work together so that we can able to contribute on ending such type of things, which may be preferable way that you can able to guide so that we can reach you. Because to me, I receive even a number from our leader, Mrs. Johanna, that you have, that I was calling you WhatsApp so that I can verify or go further in positive way that but that same number, I couldn't.
Tekla, I hear you. So Michael, you've got two questions that you have to respond to now. So over to you. Michael, you are muted. Okay, it seems like he is on the call still, but not responding. So I can fill you in about what Jen is in the meantime. Can you share screen? Not yet. So we are a global network for businesses, enterprises, but we focus specifically on startups. People who want to start and grow and then later on scale. We base our support and our network on 4 pillars. And those 4 pillars are, you need to understand in the ecosystem that you operate in, you need to understand what it is that you want to do. We will connect you to potential investors or to other entrepreneurs from which you can learn. And you we also like celebrating you guys when you have achieved something. So we have our Global Entrepreneurship Congress annually, and thereafter we have several other programs that you can join. Now, Tekla has been to Global Entrepreneurship Congress several times, and she has built a network for herself throughout the world. I've been to many countries across the globe, but Tekla has been to some of countries that I've never been to before. So Michael just dropped off the call, he's back on. Michael, the question of Meroro, can you please attend to that? The one with the sketchbook. Would you like him to repeat the question, or do you still remember before you dropped off? Michael, you are muted. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You are.
Yes, you're saying?
I'm asking, would you like Meroro to repeat the question before you dropped off?
Yeah,
Or-
please. Yeah, please have the question repeated because I didn't hear what the question is.
Okay, there's another question. So Meroro, are you still on the call? Right. Mute
Yes.
yourself and
Okay. No, I like my
okay.
my question is actually very simple to Mr. Michael. It's actually about his new business for Forex, for his new app or whereby traders are now trading with him. I want actually to ask Mr. Amushe, new business for Forex, is it only for traders or is it also for like for account management? You know, like what I'm trying to mean is that for some of us, we really don't have that passion to do Forex, but we only want to invest in money.
Okay, Meroro, first thing is first, I now own a Forex brokerage firm. I'm perhaps the first Namibian to do something of that sort. We now, or what's now basically happening is that I've now given the ability to quite a number of Namibians to be able to access a market that's worth about 5 to 6 trillion US dollars on a daily basis. So what a brokerage firm basically does is that we just give you the tools and we just give you the platform in order for you to be able to access the foreign exchange markets and be able to actually earn money on the foreign exchange market. Unfortunately, at this time being, we do not offer account management. However, what we do encourage you is that we do offer lessons to our clients who do register with us. So should you register an account with us and then you fund it with a minimum of 100 US dollars, we'll provide you with free training so that you can be able to trade on your own. So unfortunately, we do not offer any account management service at the moment, but hopefully in the future, we could look at how we could offer those accounts to people who want to do it. But what I always encourage people is to say that there's nothing tricky about Forex trading or trading in general. It's a thing of we buy low, we sell high, so there's not much of a trick. But I always encourage people to learn how to do it yourself, because when you hire an account manager would charge you a certain fee. Sometimes you charge 50 to 70% of whatever profits you make. So in actual fact, you'll only be making about 30%. Bankers are also brokers. When you invest your money in your unit trust, do you actually think your money is sitting in a unit trust? No, the bank has already moved it into one or other portfolio that they're investing in. And at the end of the day, that's how we end up getting those low interest rates of 5%, 4% on an annual basis. But when you learn to do trading on your own, then you can virtually trade with anything that you want to trade. There's so many things that you could possibly trade on. If you don't want to trade currencies, you could trade commodities. If you don't want to trade commodities, you could trade indices. There's just so much when it comes to trading. So you're not only limited to one thing, but you could do virtually a whole number of things. So the thing is, you sound like you're very young. You still have time on your side. So rather learn, acquire the skills. And when you have the skills, no one can take it away from you.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Mr. Musha.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. There was another question, but I now don't see his hand anymore. Philemon or something, Philemon Mena. Please, your question, unmute yourself and talk to us. You are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Philomena. I'm a farmer. I just wanted to ask, since I don't know now if we are just mostly on foreign or we are, or I can ask any other things about agriculture. How can Jen can come in and help us farmers who are coming up, but with less resources, but we have enough land to produce anything that we can.
Okay, thank you, Philomena, for that question. On Wednesday at 12 o'clock next week, we are graduating 34 agripreneurs, all women, except for one, that's a man who's doing crayfish farming in fresh water. So about 2 years ago, we asked or advertised for Namibian agripreneurs to join the group. We had funding to support people like that who wants to learn and who want to make sure that they grow their businesses. So now I can't call you to say, join us on that day. I can send you, you can leave me your number or your email address and I can send you an invitation and you can see what the ladies have to say on their graduation day. We applied again to Nila Lake, also managed by EIF. We are not sure whether we will get the grant or not, but if you keep in constant touch with us as Gen Namibia, you might end up in one of the programs. We will advertise. If we get this funding from EIF, it will be about planting bananas and cassava and making the crops yield a much higher return than normal, which will benefit you in the training, in the culture lab. And from there, we are also working together with UNAM on it. If it realizes. Please. Okay, Kasika Muremi, please mute your mic. Don't speak while we are speaking. We need to also respect people online, not just in person. Always we think of people who are making sure about food security. It's like almost on the top of our minds, but we support any type of business, not just agripreneurs, we support any. And Tekla and Michael are shining stars in what we have done in the past, even if it's just a discussion, an invitation like this. So once you want to, you can go to our website. It is on the chat. I can repeat it for you. You join Jen and make sure that you create a profile on Jen. Then you will be informed continuously of what is happening in our programs. I'm going to share a short video if there are no more questions about Jen and what we do, so that you can also see, and maybe I will through that then answer more questions. Any other questions before I go over to the video? Okay, before I go to the video, I would like, okay, you're welcome, Philomena. I would like to ask Michael for his last words, a few words to encourage you to do what you need to do to improve the quality of your life, like he has done over the past years. So over to you, Michael. Unmute yourself and then your last wise words. I know you shared a lot and you told the people on here many things, but say something to them that they will never.
Well, thank you once again. Well, all I'd like to say is that in this life, you face a lot of adversity. Now, I, for one, have faced a lot of adversity in my life. And I've been able to overcome that adversity by simply believing in myself. Now, there comes a point where society would want to literally bring you down in whatever form or whatever way. Now, one thing that I always encourage people is to say that your mind is the greatest asset that you possess. And if you allow yourself to always constantly listen to the naysayers, if you allow yourself to constantly listen to what other people have to say about you, then unfortunately, you're never going to ever reach the destination that you intend on reaching. In this life, you sometimes need to be bold. In this life, you sometimes need to act a bit stupid. In this life, you sometimes need to act smart. So it's all about a balancing act. Be smart when you're required to be smart. Be stupid when you're required to be stupid. Apologies for that. But overall, all that I'm saying in a short sense is to say that you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that you have the abilities to overcome whatever it is that you need to overcome in this life. Unfortunately, anything that you want, anything that you desire, anything that you want to have, you will have to put in the work in order for you to get it. Now, your mind works on two basic principles. Input equals output. If you're saying to yourself that you're unable to do it, then guess what? Your mind is going to give you results where you're unable to do it. So life change starts with us changing this simple thing called our mind. And remember, it is the use of the mind that everything we see around us has been developed. So anything that you truly want to develop, it all starts in the mind. But now, if you can't control your own mind, then best believe me that you should even forget about you attempting to conquer the world. The people that conquer the world are the people who conquer themselves. So if you wish to conquer the world, first conquer yourselves. And that's all I'd like to say.
Thank you very much, Michael, for that wisdom shared with everybody on here. Now I'm going to ask Wiseman, our emerging entrepreneur of 2007, from the Namibian Business Hall of Fame, and also Michael in the same year. I think the two of you were acknowledged in the same year. So a last few words from you, Wiseman.
Thank you for the opportunity once again. You know, what young people must know, when you come to that ultimate decision in life that you want to become, especially if you want to become full-time entrepreneurs, at the beginning, it will be very difficult. It will be a struggle because, even if you look at, and I concur with what Michael has said, our education system that we currently using is not really there, to encourage many young people to become entrepreneurs, but rather to become job seeker, which professionals. Now, since I was at universities, my question was always, now, if universities are only emphasizing on producing job seeker who are going to be job creator. That's why you see now we have higher level of unemployment rate among graduates. And when you start having a discussion with your family members or relatives that no, you want to start a business, they will not really, encourage you to become a business person, because they know it's not gonna be easy for you to start, generating income and support the families. Business is about believing in a long-term vision. You must believe in yourself. You need to be patient, to have a passion for entrepreneurship. A lot of people will not going to believe in your dreams. This could be even including your biological mother, your biological father, or even your siblings. So you need to believe in yourself. Because entrepreneurs, they are problem solvers. Because they start business, and then when this business is growing, they start employing others. When you employ others, you are creating job opportunities, you are creating income for them, and they will share that income with their immediate family members. That's why I always encourage entrepreneurship. We must have a lot of entrepreneurs so that we can take our brothers and sisters from the streets. I don't know what to say, but when you decided to say you want to become an entrepreneur, you must prepare yourself mentally, because it will take maybe about 3 years to start seeing that business now giving a return on your investments. That's why from the onset I said you must be patient. Without a passion, you're gonna get crushed. It's not an easy thing, but it's only through entrepreneurship where we can create sustainable wealth for ourselves, for the many, many generations to come after us. And I'll tell you one thing, it's very difficult for you to become successful in business if you don't have somebody that you looked up to, somebody that is your role models. And you must always seek for advice, especially for those who have been in business before you. Don't be afraid to look for advice. Don't, that's why it's very good, like such a meeting that we have. We come together, we discuss different things, we learn from one another. So as young people, we must believe ourselves and grow business that will create sustainable job opportunity. Look, I don't know if I always think if Mme Johanna Cloete was not here, I believe I couldn't be here. That's the reality. I must not run away from it. Michael Amsherero himself also inspired me in many ways. Tekla Mutero, I think we have a small chat on LinkedIn. I came to know her in recent months. And when I see other, young people are working hard towards realizing their dreams, it also becomes an inspiration to me. So young people shouldn't see each other as enemies, as threats, but we need to come together, we need to unite for one common goal, and that's to take many people out of poverty. And I cannot do it alone. We need to do it as many as possible. I thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wiseman. Wiseman said now, if it wasn't for me, he would not be where he is now. I want to tell you, if he did not act, he would not be here where he is now. So it depends on you, like Michael said, what you're going to do with your life, and accept that mentorship from whether it's me or someone else, like Wiseman said, that you see as a role model. Don't be scared of them. Speak to them and ask, what is it that you can do to move on? I would like to ask Tekla now to say thank you. And after the thank you, I'll play the video explaining what Jen does. Okay? Over to you, Tekla.
Okay, good afternoon once again. I would like to take this golden opportunity that my leader have granted us, the MD for Gen Namibia. Thank you for everyone who took their time to attend, because to my side, I really share this link to a lot of people. But the fact is many are called, but few are chosen, few that take that little time to spend on what adding value of their life. I will say, believe in yourself, trust what you do, love what you do, be willing to network, and don't base your business to have clients of your street, of your town. Build a business that have a high target customer of your client. With these few quotes that our president for Gen is encouraging us to do in this year, in this time, let's reconnect. Let's revive, let's reform, let's reconsider, and let's unite, as unity is power. Have a blessing day, and thank you so much for having you with us today. Thank you, Ms. Jen and everyone.
Thank you, Tekla. And Michael, I want to challenge this audio. This audience, sorry. You said that you are prepared to do this on like a weekly basis. We can arrange it, but do they want to attend on a weekly basis? Now, I want you to unmute yourself and say, yes, I want to. Will you make sure that you come? We can arrange for a weekly discussion like this, and we could do it on several topics. I think Michael is one of the most wise young people that I've ever come across. He analyzes things to the bottom of it and make sure that he doesn't go speak about something that he does not have the facts to support what he says. So unmute yourself, all of you, and quickly tell me yay or nay.
Yes, I'd like to come, please.
Yes.
I can see Fina is on board.
Yes, pretty.
Yes,
Philomena,
I accept the challenge.
Okay, great. Alicia from Henty's Bay, Severinus.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I also accept it.
Accept it, really.
So let me share with you, on the call we have the person for Windhoek. So this call is specifically for Swakopmund people, but I shared it because we are sort of on a semi-lockdown at the moment to other startup huddles in the country. And I can see some of the leaders are not here, but the lady who's running the one in Windhoek, she's also dropped off the call. But if you give me your contact details, she can invite you and you can have different discussions there. But we always open it to the country, whether it's organized in Rundu or Ongwediva or in Swakopmund and Walfish Bay. Those are the chapters that we have for Gen Startup Huddle in Namibia. So you can do by making sure that you follow Startup Huddle on Facebook, and then you will get all the information. Then you can tune in. I would say monthly is fine with me. Bi-weekly maybe, Michael, because we have other programs that run. So I think I will agree with bi-weekly. And not bi-monthly, because weekly, because weekly will put a little bit too much pressure on Startup Huddle Swakopmund. We will do consult with the other huddles, and then we will let you know whether they want to do it weekly. If it's online, it's easy, but we need to do huddles in person where you come together and talk over coffee, you discuss your business issues. Okay, so I'm going to play the video quickly, and thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to share my screen with the video about Gen Namibia. Oh, what happened to it now? So many things open. We are still live on YouTube, so you can look at and watch the, come on, and watch the video again. Just, all right. Let me share my screen and then I will. Just a moment, you'll be with the video now. So this is our president speaking. I'm going to make it in full screen until you are done. The video is completed. Michael has met him. Tekla has met him, and they can say what they think about his leadership as well.
At the Global Entrepreneurship Network, we've built one global entrepreneur.
Sorry. I will start it again. Sorry.
And celebrate the entrepreneurs that represent. So I'm Jonathan Ortman, president and founder of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. What we're about is creating anybody, anywhere to unleash their idea. We want a guy that's got the worst deal on the planet has an opportunity. At the Global Network, we've built one global entrepreneurship ecosystem that allows anyone on the planet to connect, understand, support, and celebrate the entrepreneurs that represent so much promise for our future. We went in with the belief that we could create a common culture across the globe in the interest of entrepreneurship and innovation. We learned a lot of techniques and tools about ultimately how do you build a community that's across the world? How do you cross national boundaries and cultures and religions and languages? We discovered something that was common in all people. They have this enthusiasm and curiosity about making the world a better place. We tried to provide some structure, but allow a lot of flowers to be blooming the way they wanted to. We have divided our work into 4 primary cornerstones. We want to be able to connect everybody across any aspects of an entrepreneurial ecosystem to find peers, find markets, and find opportunities. Secondly, we want to understand the field better. We want to elevate the field based on research and data. And then thirdly, we're working carefully to provide the best support programs we can find. The last part is we like to celebrate. It's where we began with Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is the notion of making the role of the entrepreneur be perceived around the world as being a force for good, as being the individuals who are able to create new value in our societies and can really set an example for all of our citizens in the way we go about living our lives. Entrepreneurs are the great equalizers. They bring the ability of anybody to be able to have the opportunity no matter where they come from in the world. That promise of entrepreneurship is always what's empowered our community.
And that's us. I see we've lost a few souls. I know this call has been going on for some time now. So I thank you once more, and I'm going to stop the recording. Oh,